OpenTTD. How I've missed that sweet song of the train whistle. The gentle ka-ching of profits being realized. The joyous rejoicing of citizens celebrating the arrival of logistics. It's been too long, and I must return. It's been over 30 years since the original came out. 20 since the open source version, and at least 15 since the first time I played it. It's also been about a decade since the last time I made a guide, and both OpenTTD and I have grown up a lot in the meantime. Just like the game has reached version 14 and been released on Steam, I've moved out of my mom's house, and I figured out how to do transforms on my video editor. In honor of this truly remarkable growth, I wanted to come on back and make a new guide, updated and ready to take on whatever the future might bring. Today, we're going to take this island and turn it into a full-fledged transit network. In this city right here, that's our friend Tedhattan. We're going to build our network for two purposes: profit and making old Ted over here grow. To start off, we want to get our first steady income so that we can build up the network. To do that, we'll take advantage of the coal mine and the power plant that are near each other over here. Coal tends to be a good way to make money, and it's a good way to get a hang of the game if you're new or you're just coming back. All we need is two stations, a line of track connecting them, and a train. For this playthrough, we're going to stick with steam trains, though basically everything in this video applies if you go for electric or maglev. We'll do 4 tiles per train, and for each of those trains we'll generally stick with just one engine at the front and 7 cars behind it. All that's left is to tell the train to get a full load at the mine, drop off at the power plant, and through the magic of editing, we've got that sweet, sweet profit. Citizens celebrate. Of course, one train isn't enough, and though 2 may be overkill, I decided to go for it anyway. We set up another pair of platforms and signals, and get the stations ready for more traffic. Now, we need to stop being so selfish, and start thinking about our dear friend Tedhattan instead of our own corporate profitability. Our goal here is to help him grow up nice and strong, and the best way to get a city to grow is through goods and passengers. While we'll need to get passenger transit going in the future, and believe me, we'll get some passenger transit going in the future, we also want to start preparing some goods. We can send iron ore from this mine over to the steel factory, and then later we'll take the steel, pass it along to the goods factory, and then we'll take those goods on over to Tedhattan. The circle of life continues, and Tedhattan will grow. And hey, would you look at that? We made it to the future, and it's that passenger transit I was talking about earlier. You know, technically speaking, all that we need to do to make Tedhattan grow is have our buses move people around within the city limits. That's not much fun though, so we'll go ahead and hook up these 3 towns and make a bus line between them. We'll make a bus, set it free to roam, and, we'll chuck down another. And heck, I don't know, why not let a whole horde of them loose? After littering the Tri-City area with a litany of buses, I'd say we're pretty good down here, and it's time to start turning that steel into some goods. For that, we'll just need to set up a drop-off at the goods factory and a pickup at the steel mill, and we can reuse the road in between. We'll slap down a couple of steel trucks, and baby, we're making some goods. But I ask you, what goods is goods if you don't have anywhere to bring them? So we'll make a nice big train station in Tedhattan and toss our HQ down next to it. The time has finally come to get the goods flowing. We'll set up a station next to the factory, make a cute little bridge, and hook Tedhattan up to it. We'll also make a little passing siding so that we can have more than one train on this track at a time. Once that's done, we'll make another train and get things moving. Also, and this is kind of embarrassing, so don't tell anyone, I messed up and put the steel pickup too far away. We'll fix that and make it look like nothing ever happened. We've done a lot so far, so let's zoom out and recap. We've set up coal mining and steel production, got buses going between the towns in the south, and we've hooked up Tedhattan to get goods. We've put ourselves in a nice spot to finish building out this network and make Tedhattan into the booming metropolis it always deserved to be. The next easy place to get goods is this sawmill over here. There's a forest right near it, so that's easy money. We'll plop down a train station for later and hook up some trucks. Now, we gotta go ahead and link up our 2 train lines. We'll use this to bring goods from the sawmill in a bit, but first, we can take the coal plant in the west, throw down a station, and hook it up to Tedhattan Woods power plant to make some additional cash. We'll also throw down a little passing siding here so that we can increase the throughput a bit. And just like that, we've got a new train bringing coal to Tedhattan Woods. We'll hook up the sawmill to the train line so that we can collect goods from it and supply it with more woods. As you well know, more woods equals more goods, and more goods is good. To that end, we'll also go ahead and set up a station at the northern forest to get more wood flowing. Now that we're also producing goods at the sawmill, we'll tell our delivery train to collect from it as well as the factory. Our network is getting close to being done, so we'll go ahead and add some more passing sidings to increase the throughput and really help Tedhattan grow. Now, the last place we're going to hook up is Chin Pool. We'll build some roads and stops first, then train track. There's a neat trick you can do with buses where you send a bunch of them to the stops and tell them to only pick up passengers, don't drop them off. You can then carry those folks on down to the station, transfer them over, and send them off on the next train. Anything to help Tedhattan grow. And finally, we'll do the same trick with bus transferring at Tedhattan as well. And then we'll set up a passenger train to bring folks between it and Chin Pool. And with that, our network is done. Now that we've reached a good stopping point, let's take a step back and look at the progress we've made. We've hooked up coal to the power plants, we're turning steel and wood into goods, and we're sending passengers by bus and train between Tedhattan and nearby towns. I'd say this is a pretty solid network for a little map like this, and I sure hope that you would too. And to finish things off, a nice little time lapse of what we've been working toward. Our favorite little town will continue to grow, and we're making a tidy profit of around $200,000 a year. If you'd like more of these, let me know. I do read every comment, and it genuinely makes my day whenever folks say these guides are helpful. It's been a nice thing to have in my life over the past couple of years. Feel free to suggest something you'd like to see, or let me know how this network could be improved. Thanks for watching, and bye!